So this is the program to generate a data for sine of x, and we would like to plot the data afterwards. Right. So it begins with the program title. As a good programming practice, let me write here implicit none. This is known as the strong typing practice. Once implicit none is there, you have to declare all of your variables by yourself. So identify real x, delta x, I, and integer as icon. Okay. Now the line reads as x equal to 0. It is the initialization. The step of initialization. Declare your variable as the first step. Define your program. As I am narrating my program, therefore I am not typing it. The initialization, first value of x, delta x, it is in degrees. Let me define a bit higher value, right? 5. And pi has been defined. I count equal to 0. This is the first say value. This is counter. So then program prints the value of x. So for this time, up to this time, this is going to get x value as 0, and sine of x is converted. Sine is converted into radian, and the result will be plotted. And then there is, at this line, there is an update in the value of x while keeping the delta x value that has been defined above as 5. So let me say this is the value of x, which is getting the next value of angle in degrees. And then there is a condition: if x is less than 90, right? So go to 20. So at this step, the new value of x is again going to perform the execution of print statement, and that's it. And this statement was not that really required, right? That was in our earlier practice, that was to see the final value of x, because x never gets a value equal to 90 degree, 90 as such. It is some value 90 point something, depending upon the precision of the numbers you are using. So we are using here the default precision of Fortran real number, which is up to 8 decimal places. So let's execute this program. I will get to the directory, the directory cd d77 bin directory, right? dir all files. So sdata.for and sdata.exe is available. sdata.exe was earlier generated on, it was last modified on 22nd of December this month, right? So let's delete the old file, sdata.exe. So now let's recompile. sdata.for minus o sdata.exe. So program have been rightfully updated. sdata.exe. So we have got several values, right? So this data, can we export somewhere to get the plotting, right? To get the plotting done. Fortran cannot plot for data for us, right? Very easily. There are ways, but they are not, today they are not seems very elegant, right? With the softwares for plotting the data in colored format, in many different with many different attributes, the Fortran data plotting is relegated, But you see here, the data points are shifted, right? So in order to align them properly, we have to use the printing with certain protocol, right? And somewhere you may find somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These many digits are printed, and somewhere only few digits are printed, right? So that is not a really very nice option, right? So let's change it, right? And now let me also introduce here I count. And then in the printing statement, I have introduced I count, the value of I count. Let's again compile and print and see what happens to the printing, right? So there are slight shifts. Now let me introduce here statement. Instead of a status, I'm going to control the number of columns in which the values will be printed, right? So 1x. Okay. Now I'm going to write here I3. Then I say 2x. Then let me write here 7.3. Then 2x. And again, let me write here f 7.5 to make it different, right? And let's see what happens with the printing, and later on I will explain it, right? So you may notice that I count, it is an integer, right? X is a real number, and this result is also going to be a real number. Let me check whether we have exceeded the 72 columns or not. So we are in 64th column, therefore there will be no problem, right? So in the format statement, print statement, I have provided certain some specific things to print. These are known as formats. Let's see what are the effects for it. So I will again compile the program and print it. So wow, I count is still 0, right? No value has been changed, but this has come with the 3 digits, right? And this has come with the 5 digits, right? So now let's look at it again. So okay, 7.3, right? 3 digits. 7.5, 5 digits, right? By X, I mean empty spaces. Give some empty spaces, 2 empty spaces, and 1x, the first empty space. And I found that the I count was not updated. Therefore, let me update the I count value so that it is also available to you. I count plus 1. And now, since it is working properly, therefore, let's reduce the size of delta x and execute. CLS, again, compile and run, right? So the data has been printed in a nice fashion, right? And if you could copy this data, this can be easily plotted, right? So how to copy the data? This is important. So from here, the edit options. So C for copy option is not with Control C, it is with Enter. I discovered this one while I was writing my thesis for MSc Geophysics. That was back in 2004, right? So first you have to mark, select the marking, So from here, X values, no, we cannot select the column. Okay. Say up to this point. And in order to copy, again go for edit and press enter, right? Or otherwise directly press enter. Oh, it's lost. Let me select data again. And let's press enter. Data has been copied. Open a Microsoft Excel sheet. So paste here, right? And now pasting. It's a bit tricky. Okay. So it has selected with the space. You can also have the delimiter by tab, semicolon, comma, space or other. So space is fine. It is good for our data. That's very nice. Okay. One additional column was generated. That is not really a big problem. Actually, these first two values were not properly selected. These are actually the values here and there. Now in Microsoft Excel, you can plot the data by selecting the column. So insert a chart. So for example, this one. So only the chart has been selected. We have not selected the data. So go to the select data. Add the data series manually. Look for X values. So X values are from 0 to, I have made a selection by pressing the left click. So on sheet 2 column C1 to 21, they have been selected. And for Y series values, you can also do it by pressing the shift button and with the down arrow key, you get these values. Okay, and press OK. Since these are small values, you are not going to see the curvature of the sine curve. When you select large values, so it will definitely show you that part, right? We have gone up to an angle of 20 degree, right? Therefore, the curvature is not present, right? That is not apparent.